All right, we are live with Sharp Money Office Hours. It is August 14th. This is our sixth version of Office Hours here. We got Sigma Squirrel, we got Jay's Plays, and Math Wins is having a technical difficulty right now trying to get on Zoom, but hopefully he joins us shortly. Agenda kind of looks, Sigma's been at Bet Bash for the last couple days, so he's going to just talk about Bet Bash, his experience, and really just, I don't even know if a lot of people understand what Bet Bash even is. So even just a general overview would be nice for a lot of the people watching this. And then we're going to get into Bet It or Forget It, which is a game that involves reading our Sharp Money positive EV graphs and kind of making some judgment calls there. So we'll play that game as well. And then we'll wrap up the Zoom call with kind of some open questions. We'll bring you guys up as panelists if you have some questions to ask, but also feel free to ask questions throughout the Zoom call, and we'll get to them if they're kind of on topic. With that being said, we'll let Sigma kind of take the stage and just, I mean, give an overall view of what Bet Bash is because I didn't really even know what it was until probably a year ago. So it was kind of new to me.
Yeah, hey, it's great to be back. I've had to miss the last week with you know, uh which is actually going on, and so I just got back from. By the way, I had to fly back early because we had the family had got our lottery ticket pulled for going to a Bears practice camp day up at Hallis Hall, which was awesome. So we flew back late last night. So Bet Bash actually going on right now. Bet Bash, you can check it out at betbash.co. Anyone who listens to sports betting podcasts knows Be Better Betters by from Spanky, real experienced voice and an industry advocate. He's also the founding board member of American Betters Voice, which we can talk about in a second. But this is the fifth Bet Bash, and Spanky started Bet Bash essentially just to get professional bettors together to learn from one another and network. Because everybody's living behind WhatsApp and Telegram and no one actually meets, but this is such a human business. And so, Bet Bash 1 was a 3-hour open bar on the balcony of some hotel in New Jersey. And now it has turned into a 5-day event hosted at the, sports gambling mecca, which is Circa on Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas. And it is absolutely a must attend at least one time. I would say every single year for any sports bettor who wants to be serious about improving their game, growing a business in this space or networking. And so, that's my take. You go, you immerse yourself, you put the work in, and you'll really, I think get two things out of it. Number one, I think it's about the networking. I mean, first and foremost, every year I walk away having met 7 to 10 people that change uh, my business for the better. And I can tell you guys, for Sharp Money, I mean, I got a bucket of ideas and contacts to follow up on of folks that we can help, they can help us. Everybody can create value for one another. Just awesome. And so, my favorite part of Bet Bash, they actually have a 3-hour speed networking session where you fill out a survey and a profile ahead of time, and you get paired with 15 6-minute meetings in a row, over a 2-hour, 2.5 hour period. It's intense, but something like 8,000 meetings happen in 90 minutes. And it's the hotel ballroom just full of everybody just meeting. Who are you? What are you doing? How can I help? Here's what I'm looking for. And you walk away from that and it's just so energizing. And so met some great contacts. I mean, and everybody from the industry's there now. This is a must attend event. The CEO, Alex Kane, CEO of Sport Trade. You got Jacob and the entire team from No Big. You had, Kyle and Senny and our whole partnership team from Edge Card. You've got the team from Kalshi walking the floor. It's just incredible. Then of course the whole team from Unabated, the whole team from Spank Odds, the best gaming attorneys, the best gaming accountants, and of course the largest syndicates. are all there. But, don't be intimidated by that, because there's just as many people going, I'm interested in sports betting. I play some bets on the side. This looked like fun. I'm just here to show up and learn. So it's like across the entire spectrum. That said, there were, I got to meet a couple of Sharp Money members there who I've known for almost, a year and a half at this point, never met. And we all got to meet in person, and, maybe I'll some of those picks. So that, networking, number one, is my biggest takeaway. Second is education. I mean, there's so much to learn. I teach the sports betting 101 session at Bet Bash every year. The second year I've done that. So there's content on how sports books set lines and the basics of top-down betting strategies in variance, which is basically what we do here at Sharp Money. So we've got a session teaching our strategy, which is fun. All the way to listening to professional movers and bettors like Richard Diamond, who moved money for Billy Walters and is now a consultant to Spank Odds and helping them build their product. Talk about when he thinks a line is confident enough to use as a source of truth. I mean, that kind of stuff is just gold. And then, of course, at the end of the week, you've got the Black Tie Sports Betting Hall of Fame dinner, which, is going to happen tomorrow. It's an awesome event, followed by I'd tell you, the world's greatest party at the Legends Club at the top of Circa that goes from 10 a.m. to, for some, the blackjack ball, which happens a little bit later in the weekend. I mean, it's just insanity. And then finally, advocacy. I mean, some of you may have seen me, in my role as a board member at American Bettor's Voice, talking about the gambling loss deduction. You probably, sick of hearing about it. Good. That means we were successful. It's a big deal. And Sharp Money was representing all over the place on the advocacy front. Go.
Yeah, I'll
You
cut you
just
off.
go.
We
You
can just
just
talk
got to
about it
go.
forever.
You
Yeah,
just
I
have
mean,
to go. Everybody, you just got to be there. Early bird tickets, you save, $200-300. Buy them in January. I will tell you, the VIP bracelet's worth it, because you can't go to the Legends Club parties without it. It's good for an extra couple $100, get you in the poker tournament. They go quick. Buy them early. But no matter your bankroll, your experience, just put yourself in the room, man, and be open. It's just great. And I was only there for the first 2 days this year. So yeah, I can't wait for next year. It's going to be awesome.
yeah, I mean, I think the plan for Sharp Money is for all of us to be there next year. I think we're going to try scheduling around it to make sure we go. But yeah, I've been following everything that's going on at kind of Bet Bash this year, even the past couple of years, and it's something that interests me a lot. I love getting out there and meeting people and talking face to face. So it's something that,
Oh yeah, you're gonna hate this
yeah,
time. You're
right.
you're you're gonna have nothing to do, dude. You're gonna come back with 9,000 new buddies,
Plus,
man.
plus, like I've just being in the industry for a few years now, like I know everyone that's creating like if someone's put their face out there with plus EV betting, like I know who they are, what they do. So it's just like walking around that room, I think you just know so many people and it wouldn't feel, overwhelming because I kind of know who's walking around. But
Yeah, some of the other picket handicappers and posters I really respect. I met them for the first time ever. In fact, I paired with Mike, and I won't say his last name because
no.
I don't want to dox him here. But some of you may know Mike, the 00 whatever. I can't remember his actual picket handle, but dude is sharp. He high volume, down the middle.
Big
Top
parlay
down
guy.
better. Really sharp at EV parlays. I mean, just really sharp. I paired with him in speed networking,
Yeah,
and he
it's funny
sat
that you
down in
even know
front of
him.
me and he goes, "Are you Sigma Squirrel?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey, I'm Mike from Pickett," and like we've been talking forever, and just great, So it was a hoot, man.
Do
It's
you
so
know
much fun.
who's coming up on the speed date ahead of time, or it's just
Yeah.
random?
So, well, no, you get it. You get paired the morning of,
Okay.
and my pairings ranged from the CEO of SX, which is the crypto exchange, to the CEO of a betting syndicate making markets on Betfair overseas. Is a Czechoslovakian betting syndicate that
Hmm.
um, is in some Betfair markets 40% of the liquidity. They're looking for U.S. Partners. Everyone's looking for accounts and people to do business with. Everyone's looking for originators. Everyone's looking to learn. It's just great. So some software engineers were there saying, "Hey, I'm ready for projects, and I understand the space. I'm ready to write code. If you got stuff you want to build, it was that was my speed networking. It was that kind of stuff."
That's awesome. I just want to confirm that Jeff is with us now. Talk.
Hey,
Maybe.
Technology fucking sucks, but I'm here.
Do you have a list of people that were running for the Better Forget It, or how we working that today?
Yeah, I've got a list. I think we've got 4 or 5 guys.
All right, sweet.
Hey, real quick, Adam, somebody asked if could you provide a couple good books to read for sports betting? I'm sure you have something.
well, I mean, well, we show them to you. Pinnacle Bookmaker and Circa are three, really really good ones.
The same books to read.
Oh, books. I think you mean sports books.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would say the most important book, Moon, that you could read is a book called The Logic of Sports Betting. The Logic of Sports Betting by Ed Miller, who's also a fantastic poker writer. You may be familiar with some of that. It is how U.S. regulated operators work. It's how books set lines. It's why recreational books limit bettors. Not that they do, but why they do. It's about the technology stack that exists today and why it's so bad and why that is a big part of the recreational books business model is limiting bettors. Gives you some strategies to attack. It's just such a fundamental book. I would absolutely start there. That's number one. And then there's a follow up to that book called Intercepted, which is at their Interception, one of the two, by the same authors. It's a less weighty read, but it is part two of what the logic of sports betting started. You read those two books, you're way ahead of the game.
Jeff, is that the book that you read about with kind of around like modeling a little bit? I remember you and Sigmund both talked about a book that you both read.
No, that one's by Andrew Mack. It's statistical sports modeling. There's a couple of them. There's a couple different versions. There's a volume 1 and a volume 2, but both are very math heavy.
Mhm.
So if they're not, I wouldn't call them easy reads, but if you're looking to get into modeling, they definitely give you everything you need to know to get a little jump start and get started in that.
Yeah, it's sports modeling in Excel specifically, not the one for R or Python, although you can, get those too. But Andrew Mack has those two books. He's moved on to modeling options, volatility, and day trading stuff. If you follow him, Ginge Face Killa on X, he's a good follow. But the best part about sports modeling in Excel by Andrew Mack, volumes 1 and 2, is he gives you downloadable starter models to look at. So it's not just a book full of formulas you gotta mash keys and build yourself. He starts you with like 6 different models based on different types of linear, nonlinear, linear regression, Tor models. All this, it's really good. I mean, it's training wheels for modelers. It's very cool.
That's pretty sweet. All right, I'm gonna pull up the Better or Forget It game, and Jeff, you want to work on getting the right person up to the panel.
Yeah, let me see here who we have in as attendees. Looks like we're a little lighter today than normal, but our first person was DeMartis. Is he? I do see him.
Let's go, D.
There we
Good
go.
luck.
Hopefully, I didn't botch that pronunciation too bad.
D, it's your moment. It's your moment.
Is he on the panel now? I can't see. Did someone add him?
He is not.
Hold on, I'm trying to add him.
He's got his hand raised here. You can hear. Let me.
All right.
I
All
got
right,
him.
we
On,
got you,
I
we
got
got
him
you up here
unmuted.
now.
Cool.
I think that's it.
All right, how do we pronounce her name?
Demartis.
Damara, sorry.
Yes, got it. Nailed it.
Hey,
Got it.
welcome on.
Yeah, you've been a member for a while, right? How long you been with us?
Yeah, I've been on. I started November last year.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're seen your name 100 times for sure. So you understand the game. I'll walk through it anyway, but all right, cool. All right,
Yeah,
I'll go
go
over
for
the
it.
first couple of screens anyway. This is Sharp Money, bet it or forget it. Pretty simple concept here. We're going to show you a Sharp Money plus EV graph. You're going to analyze it. You're going to say bet it if you like the play, forget it if you don't like it. And the owners also voted on these plays. So if you agree with the majority of the owners, you will win a free week. Now, we had this little incident last week where we had some tiebreakers. So we pulled the moderators on any tiebreaker that we have, and that will determine whether you win or lose that graph. So we'll get into the first one here. I think they start off a little bit simpler. We have, this is a tennis play, money line bet. Mariano, 1.1% EV, fair value plus 105. Pinnacle limits are at 5,250. This match starts, this is starting in like 10 minutes. So this is like
Yeah.
very, very recent chart. You can take a second to talk through it or go ahead and just stab at it, whatever you think.
All right. So for me, in the past, well, I had one of my worst days yesterday. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, I
Me and
did
Jay were
too.
saying that. Yeah, we
sticking
got
to that,
smoked.
the graphs that I chose, or the graphs that I typically chose, but I'm just going to set it to variance. For this graph, since it's about to start and there's that huge drop after this final limit increase. But again, it's not up to me. It's up to what the owners would do. So I'm going to try and go with this. Clearly, I think there was some sort of news right before this. It almost goes back down to its original opening. I'm going to bet on this one. Or I would say the owners would bet on this one.
Correct. And you would too, as it sounds like.
I think I would take a stab at this one. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here. Athwins was a yes.
Boom. Good pick.
I myself, I'm on it. Jay with the no. So Sigma for the tiebreaker here.
Where is Sigma?
Enjoy
And
your
he
week,
bet it,
sir.
so we got
Ding, 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 ding,
3-1.
Thank you, Sigma.
Yep. All right. I'll let Jeff, you want to explain this one? I feel like Demetrius put a pretty good explanation here, but go ahead, walk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much hit it. The closer we get to game time here and that last limit raise, we see from about 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. All the money when the most money can come in is coming in on Navone here. You go all the way, you get about a 12-cent run in the last 2 hours before the match starts. Highest limits you can get. He hit it nail on the head. That's why I'm on this one.
All right, now I completely agree there too. Just right before game time, your movement is true, and it's the real action is what you're getting. You're not getting faked right before game time. Max limits, Pinnacle dropping quickly. I like it even at the 1% EV. I want to hand this over to Jay because he did say no on this one, so I just want to hear his thought process here.
Yeah, I think I forgot how to bet. um, Nah, this one I see mainly an uptrend, and I know it's right before game time, but this being 1% EV, tennis has been tennis hasn't been as kind this year, so I'm a little bit touchy on it. And this being slight uptrend, I know the money's coming in close to game time with the limit raise, but this was just one that I decided I would have passed on.
All right, I don't hate that
Yeah.
explanation. So you have the option here of risking your 1 week or walking away with it for another chart here. So what do you want to do?
I'll risk the week and keep going.
All right, let's do it. All right, so a little baseball action here. We got Diamondbacks, the Rockies. This is a team total. So we got the Rockies under 3.5. Another small EV play. Pinnacle limits 2,000. You do have all three sharp books here. This ping is at 7 p.m. The game starts in about an hour and a half. So close to game time. All three sharp books. What are your first thoughts here?
First thought is, even with the steady increase in limits as the day goes on, no real movement from Circa or Bookmaker. The only one moving is Pinnacle, and it's heading up. EV is low, not enough to take a risk on the bad movement. I'm going to pass on this one.
All right, like it. All right, let's see the answers here. Math wins with the no. Jace plays with the no. Dime and Sigma, clean slate. Really just I'll let Sigma talk about this one a little bit actually. Explain the logic on why no one wanted this bet, even though it was an EV play.
Yeah, I mean, first off, there is no market consensus here. There's a 18-cent difference between Pinnacle and Bookmaker. Immediately, that's screwball to me. Second, the limit hadn't moved in 8 hours rather. So, this to me, yeah, I want to say it's a stale limit, but it's a stale limit. The limit's been hanging around long. It just is a little fishy with the lack of market consensus. Pinnacle's got a positive line slope. If it was just a Bookmaker line, it still wouldn't be enough. It can only be a 1 cent drop at Bookmaker. It's just not enough to tell me put my money at risk.
Yep, can't
I'd
complain
also
there.
like to point out that it is a team total, and I get a little bit more cautious with team totals. 2,000 might be the max limit for a team total.
Yeah,
I'm unsure, but
you're right on that. You're right on
I
that.
Yeah, I
know
think
that
it's
they're a lot lower. So just seeing Pinnacle move up like that after holding that limit, like Sigma said, is a spot on.
Yep, Pinnacle moving up at all, especially is bad. But the one thing, like, we have to, you're gonna know that this white line here is the Pinnacle limit. So the limit increases only correlate with that pink line, and we don't know where Circa Bookmaker is at with their limits. So I always like to point that out where, only the pink line and the white line really correlate in terms of, correlation there. But all right, that's a
Time I was surprised to see you answer no on that one.
well,
Typically, you're a Bookmaker Circa.
later open. Yeah, no, I think just if maybe I would have taken it a couple weeks ago before we had these streams, but like I really any upward movement now is pretty much a turn off for the most part. Especially, I mean, this is not a small amount of movement. I mean, Pinnacle is at -115 up to -113. We talk about wanting 10-cent movement in our direction. This is 10-cent movement against us. So without, if it moved up a little bit, consider it maybe. But yeah, I think just having these Zoom meetings every week and talking through the process is probably, uh, put me on a pass in this one. So.
Welcome to the good side.
Yeah, right. All right, chart number 3. You ready to risk it again?
Let's go.
See, I did start thinking about the process of risking. Once you hit 2 weeks and you're only adding one additional week, I think it's actually a negative EV play to keep going. Because you're not like when you go to week 1 to week 2, you're doubling, but to go to week 2 to 3, you know what I'm saying?
It's a
Yeah,
flex,
I
though.
got you.
It's a
Yeah, it
flex.
is. No, I don't think anyone's going to come up here and say no, but okay. Here's the next chart. Rangers, Phillies, first half total runs under 3.5 at +100 on FanDuel. The fair value is -103. This is about a 2% edge. $1,875 limits. And the chart, so it's 9 a.m. ping. And this game's at 6 p.m. So very early ping for this one.
Yeah, so these first half total runs have been my kryptonite for the past couple months. I've been trying to get a better read on them. Personally, this is the type of graph that I would not go on, especially on a first half total run this early in the game. It's a nice downward trend, like over 10 cents of movement from Pinnacle, but as soon as we get that limit increase, there's a little jump up. Again, it's still a little too early in the game for me to make a play on this. I think I'm going to pass.
All right. He said, forget it. All right, we got Math wins, said he would forget it. Jay's Play said he's taking it. I'm also on the forget it.
Let's go.
And Sigma said he'll take it. So this is going to be a great one to talk
This is
about.
a good one.
So this is going to come down
Perfect.
to moderators. So let's see what they went with. Moderators said no. Oh, maybe they did not.
Oh,
Oh, they came back.
I
All right,
like it. Oh, we got production value on that. That's good.
All
that
right,
was
so
crisp.
you won. Let's go back and talk this over.
I want to hear Sigma on this one. I'm kind of surprised by
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest. I was having connection issues up in Lake Forest as the Bears play in the middle of nowhere. I would not take this. To be honest with you, I would just say like if, I'm not screwing my man over here because he won, and so it actually it got a little stressful there for him for a second, but actually he's better off. I wouldn't take this bet. I blew it when I responded to you, Robbie.
You sandbagging them.
I did, yeah. Now so here's what I would say on this. It was a lot of movement, though. I mean, the overnight went from 108 to minus 114. It crossed the 100. I mean, I would look at the next limit move and make a decision. I like first half runs. This is just maybe a little bit of snapback in the market. It's a lot of movement though, man, but it's an overnight, and that it's an overnight movement. So, you can't, I don't necessarily bet overnight movement.
Yeah, my last statement was I would hold off on this for now and keep watching it throughout the day, see what happens.
Yeah, I think the big turnoff here is that last limit increase. You see a quick snapback in the line, and it's a big move. It's minus 113 to it's basically 10 cents back up. So it's something that you just don't want to touch, especially at 9 a.m. when the game's at 6. It's like you don't really know where this market's going to go. The overall trend, like you said, looked good overall. But like you said, it's just too hard to predict this far out, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess for me, just a rule of thumb when I'm betting baseball is I don't really like to take anything until I see that first limit increase. So, like, if I saw this graph and then we saw another, even if it was only a couple cent jump down on that first limit increase, then I'd be intrigued. But I've seen baseball not be as volatile as WNBA, but baseball has a tendency to, on that first limit increase, can reverse you pretty bad sometimes. And it's more, I wouldn't say more often than not, but I like to see the direction after that first limit increase for baseball, especially.
Yeah, it's so interesting. You contrast that to what we're all experiencing with our new Euro League and soccer bot, where you got $100 limit 7 days before the game, and you see just a little bit of line movement. I bet every single one of those, and we're getting 10, 15, 20% EV 5 days out. It just goes to show you really got to know market behavior by sport and league. It really makes a difference. So I'll take $100 penny soccer limit on some, I'll bet two teams I never heard of. I don't care. I mean, I'm pretty public about it. I don't know a thing about soccer. I've never watched soccer in my life. But those are good darn bets. I would take those. I wouldn't take this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, knowing the market's very important. Okay, Laura, I'm assuming you're going to risk it to the last one here, right? For the first ever sweep.
What's the EV on this one? Time going for the sweep.
Oh, it's definitely very negative still to risk three weeks for one. But you can't.
I don't know. I think it's
got a price
fair
on
value.
Going.
Well, hold on. Now let's say this.
I think
mean,
maybe fair value of getting this one right is minus 300. I think this
we
is
gotta
a great
have
play.
guys. We gotta have a tournament of champions at the end of the year. So everybody who sweeps is going to get. I don't know. I'm kind of make this up as they go.
I like it.
You gotta have tournament champions, man. Only the clean sweeps get in, man. We're gonna, it'll battle for something special. I don't know.
Maybe
we'll
that.
do that.
We'll come up with something special if we can get this sweep. Now, this one's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be honest. So
Yeah.
Take a minute
back to back Phillies plays too.
Oh yeah. All right. So walk through this one. Phillies Reds. ESPN here. Phillies run line minus 1.5. Plus 175, fair value is 171. Another EV percentage about 1.5, which is basically every play we've given you today. Two
Mhm.
sharp books here. We have Pinnacle and Circa priced in. This play is right before, or look, I think it's 4 o'clock actually. So you get like an hour before game time.
Yeah.
6K limits here. Charts are going all over the place.
Yeah. Pinnacle's all over the place. I'm more focused on Circa Vegas at the moment with this chart. That last limit increase, I really like this movement. Even though it's 5 cents down in our way, I'm a little biased here because I know how this game turned out. I'm a Phillies fan, so I've watched every game. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes on this one for me.
What
Hopefully, the
does
owner said the same thing.
what does the chat think?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. See a couple roll through. All right, we'll go to the answers.
Only one person
So-
in chat knows what they're talking about.
I can't, I don't know if my screen's blocked. I can't see if it up or down. All right, so we're rooting for some yeses here. That's what we got. So math one's quick blocker said no. Dime, I went with yes. Got your back.
Okay.
Jay's plays with the
Let's
yes.
go.
Jay.
Let's
And
go.
Sigma is screwing you again.
Oh,
Yeah,
No.
and
no.
that's the correct answer. I would not take this play.
This is the money breaker.
All right, let's see the moderators. Can they save back to back? Will it stay there? Yes, it will.
No
Yes, it
animation on
will.
this one.
We got the clean sweep. Great
Let's go.
job.
Hey,
Good
So-
job.
All right, there's a lot to talk about here though. So I'll talk about why I took it first of all, and then we'll take a no opinion here. So for me, this is, it's right before game time. The chart is kind of chaotic here, but there's not that much movement going on if you really look at it. Like this recent movement, Pinnacle going up from 160 to 163 and then back down to 162, like that 2 cents of movement represents, especially at these odds, like literally like fractions of an EV percentage. So it's really not that much movement with these larger limits. And then obviously Circa, I like to see the Circa line a lot from 165 down to 160. It's right before game time, so I don't think this market is going to move much. If we look at the whole chart, we're talking 8 a.m. to 3 o'clock, so a lot of hours in between. And this market's only moved up or down 5 cents. So I think this market was spot on where these bookmakers wanted to put this line. It's representing a small edge to ESPN. I don't think this line is going to move hard in any direction. For me, it's a small edge, and I'm just going to play it because I got to get in every value play I can. So that's my take there. So I'll let who wants to take this one, Jeff or Adam?
Yeah, I can take it. So me for this one, this graph tells me a whole lot of nothing. Like I just don't get anything from this. Maybe you have an edge, maybe you don't. Clearly, ESPN bet is showing almost a 1.5% difference to the average of Circa and Pinnacle. But you've got Pinnacle all over the place, but it's 5 cents, so that doesn't mean much to me. You've got Circa moving down, but it's 5 cents. That doesn't mean a ton to me, especially not knowing where the Circa limits are. It's just a nothing burger for me. I don't hate this play, but it's not enough indicator for me to play it. When I play a 1% play, I want a 1% play that I'm confident is going to close more than 1%. This one tells me this is 1%. It could close at 2% or it could close at 0%. Just not enough for me.
It's kind of wild when you first look at this chart. You think this is over the course of a day, and there's all this huge movement, but it's like, well, it is over the course of the day, but this line only moving 5 cents is just wild in my opinion for it opening at 8.
Yeah, this
And
was
honestly,
this was
the-
a
the-
line that
go
was
ahead.
priced. This line was priced correctly. That's my take on. So
Mhm.
this is a coin flip. It's not bad if you need to get down. Dime, I get it. Like you got to get plays in. This is a coin flip, long odds coin flip that ended right where it started at 162. The last limit increase at Pinnacle to 6K moved the line the wrong way, and then it settled back where it started. Their trading team did a good job hanging this number. Yeah, I'm a no play on that, but I wouldn't fault anyone for taking the coin flip if that's your rule. Like if you gotta, that's cool. 50-50s aren't bad bets, man. It also can help disguise. Uh, you know, I mean, you're betting a long odds run line, but disguise your sharp capabilities if you need some bets to to go 0 to slightly negative CLV. That isn't a dumb bet. This is a good one I would take if you're playing that next level account health game. This is a great account health bet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this one just falls into your own personal preference. Like you said, we're playing plus 175 odds. Like some people will just not even play that range, and then some people won't play, under like 2 or 3% EV. Now, we always recommend members reading the charts and playing these low EV percentages if the chart is moving the right direction, because we believe they will close with higher EV. But I understand playing, this kind of stale chart where the market's not moving. Some people might want to lay off this low edge, especially at these odds. I guess, yeah, I'm in a different ballpark than some other people, and I just got to get down the money. I mean, I think we're all kind of there too. But Jay, you got anything to add? We all kind of touched on this one, so.
No, yeah, y'all. I think y'all hit it on the head. Pinnacle. I honestly just kind of don't even look at Pinnacle's movement because I don't think it was much. I think it is a little bit interesting that Pinnacle goes up on its own limit increase while Circuit goes down. But like you said, this is one that I think is like a 50-50, and I was trying to get my volume in. I'm definitely taking this bet, and this is one that I would take. Spreads have been okay for me, but I've done well in the higher odd bets. So I've been dabbling there, but I would definitely stick to Kelly on this type of bet, and I would not go over. I know sometimes we say you feel a little comfortable with graphs going down, but I would want to see a stronger trend. This is only 5 cents in the move from Circa. I look at Pinnacle like it's just been a flat line. It's one that I would take, like you said, if you're trying to get your volume in. But if you wanted to see a little bit quicker success, I would definitely cut this one and pick a little better quality play.
Yeah, yeah, a new member, I might tell them to lay off this one. I agree with that take. I like that. All right, Demartis, first ever clean sweep. You got anything else to add to this chart since we all kind of walked it through?
Yeah.
And we probably covered
Well,
it all.
let me
but
just first say it was a real pleasure and an honor.
the first
I'll
ever.
walk with pride. First
We're gonna
ever
get a
sweep.
plaque. Gotta get it.
Yeah, I guess maybe to dive in a little more with this play, if I had to get the volume in and I had time, which I feel like I have time because this line just doesn't seem to move,
Mhm.
I would do a little more research, just straight up on the lineup side, like who's pitching.
Did
Like,
did this
I
line
would
end
just
up
do
winning?
that.
Do you know off your head if this line won?
I'm pretty sure the Phillies won this game. They beat the Reds. I think that was the 8-0 game. Or no, the Reds beat the Phillies 8-0.
Either I also want to mention is ESPN bet, and they are one of the super softest books. So it's another one, another reason I'd bite on this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident the Phillies actually that this bet would have won.
Nice. Well,
But
The Phillies won 4-1 in this game.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that was the first game of the series. So I'll take that one.
Yeah, right. Nice. All right. Well, thanks for being on here. I think that we'll probably be talking to you in the future because I think we will do something eventually with all the people that have swept. So good
For
work
sure.
with it. Your explanations were spot on. I could tell you've been a member for a while because you had the same logic that we kind of had here. So did a great job with it. Appreciate you hopping on.
Thanks, fellas.
All right,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Robbie, sorry for the live game show workshopping I did with you. Everybody could see the sausage get made there.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you're looking at the charts quickly, we try to pick hard charts. So you do have to view like every aspect of them with the limits and the odds range of the chart. So if you were busy, I understand missing a couple of details there, but
I literally think I looked at the wrong graph, clicking through on the forwarded message from the prior post.
it could have just been a miscommunication there, but
Yeah, I
right
effed it up is what I did.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any questions in the chat? I don't think we do.
Question about book color. Morty's Money says, how do you know which book is which color?
Gotcha. So I think this is pinned in a couple of our channels, the breakdown of it. But for our sharp books, there's only 3 sharp books, and there's YouTube videos about this as well. So definitely check out our YouTube there. But pink line is Pinnacle, pretty easy to remember there. Bookmaker is yellow, Circa is purple, and the white line is the Pinnacle limits. Now we also have player prop charts, which produce some retail book graphs, but those only include, I think MGM is brown. I mean, you can kind of put these colors together. FanDuel is blue and DraftKings is green. So I think that might be the only 3 retail books we graph. But I'll point you, if you get more questions, I'll point you to a video in the Discord.
I wanted to ask if anybody that is watching, if you have a topic you want us to cover, you can always just send that over as well. You know, so we always start these office hours with topics that we choose. But if anybody ever wants to shoot over a topic, feel free. We'll put it in, and we'll find a video to talk about it.
Should probably just do a broad overview of betting the NFL probably pretty soon. We also need to talk about switching from Thursday to Tuesday night, and when we want to do that, because we're not trying to compete with Thursday night football. So we'll figure that out together. We'll make an announcement on that soon. All right, I think we'll wrap it up here. Appreciate you guys watching. As of now, we'll be back on Thursday, but that could change, so pay attention to the updates in the Discord. All right, thank you guys for joining. We will see you next time.
Thank you, everybody.